This is the morning of the 26th of November. Clip written by Christine Douglas Williams. Title: As Trump declares some Muslim Brotherhood elements terrorists, Daily Mail admits Muslim Brotherhood was once welcomed by Obama. Well, I mean, come on, the guy's a full-blown radical extremist Muslim himself. It is news in itself that the Daily Mail would highlight Barack Obama as having welcomed Islamic extremists. It is the truth, which is hard to find in today's mainstream news outlets. As Donald Trump declares some chapters of the Muslim Brotherhood terrorists, it can't just be some. They're all the same. They're all terrorists. I added that. A glimpse back a decade shows the damage that Obama brought to America. And not only Obama, but the Democrats in general. In 2015, Jihad Watch noted that the Washington Times had exposed Obama's backing of the Muslim Brotherhood, which Obama attempted to justify as a moderate alternative to more violent Islamic groups like Al-Qaeda and Islamic State. Then Secretary of State Hillary Clinton also paid an official visit to Egypt's Muslim Brotherhood President Mohamed Morsi when he first took power and offered him the strongest support of Washington. The Democrats opened the floodgates for the Muslim Brotherhood to infiltrate America at every level of the government, as well as the private sector via the DEI enabled and the outrageous Islamophobia canard. Now look who we put in head of the CIA. Guy's a full-blown Muslim. The motto of the Muslim Brotherhood states, Allah is our objective. The Prophet is our leader. The Quran is the law. Jihad is our way. Dying in the way of Allah is our highest aspiration. So how can that be reconciled with the American Constitution? In 2015, al-Sisi visited a Coptic cathedral and later called for the religious revolution toward a modern reformation of Islam. He stated, it's inconceivable that the things that we hold most sacred should cause the entire Islamic world to be a source of anxiety, danger, killing, and destruction for the rest of the world. Sisi has rightly declared about Obama. You left the Egyptians, you turned your back on the Egyptians, and they won't forget that. In addition to Obama's failing Egypt, he also failed Americans. Fast forward to the present. The stench of Obama's history is following him. Those who have their heads buried under their identity of politics and DI see Obama's presidency as a success. It doesn't matter that Muslim countries such as Algeria, Libya, Emirata are still holding back slaves. It is significant that the Daily Mail ran a headline implicating Obama for welcoming Islamic extremists while portraying Trump in a good light for a change, for cracking down on at least some of these extremists. Islamic extremists once welcomed by Obama to be formally named as a terror group under Trump's crackdown by Victoria Churchill, Daily Mail, November 23, 2025. A radical Islamic group is set to be designated as terrorists under President Donald Trump's leadership. Well, part of that group, not all of that group. It should be all of that group. Speaking with Just the News on Sunday, Trump noted that the Muslim Brotherhood will be designated as a foreign terrorist organization in the strongest and most powerful terms. Why don't you start by cleaning out our government, getting rid of those desert rats in Congress, like Ilhan Omar? Trump also added that the final documents are being drawn. Trump plans are a stark departure from the policy practices by at least one former U.S. administration. Representatives of the Muslim Brotherhood met with a number of U.S. officials, including staffers from former President Barack Obama's White House back in 2012, after Egypt's revolution. Back during the Obama era, White House spokesman Tommy Vector told Politico that following Egypt's revolution, the U.S. broadened encouragement to include new and emerging political parties and actors. Lawmakers in both chambers of Congress, many Republicans but also a few Democrats, have pressed the State Department to designate the Muslim Brotherhood as a foreign terrorist organization. Secretary of State Little Marco Rubio said in August that the designation was in the works, noting that the review remains extensive and deliberate because MB operates through numerous branches and affiliates that must be evaluated individually. So, what do you think, huh? Don't you think it's time that Barack Obama is held accountable for all the crimes he's committed? I certainly do. Send a copy to your worthless representatives. Tell them to get off their asses and begin the necessary steps to investigate, to charge, and hopefully convict Barack Obama for sedition and treason against the American people. I can't do this alone, folks, and thanks for listening.